The moon isn't a rock. It's a vault. And right now, people are fighting over what's inside. For decades, we treated the moon like a trophy. We planted flags, took photos, came home. But then scientists made a discovery that changed everything. Buried in the lunar soil, blasted there by 4 billion years of solar wind, is a gas called helium-3. On Earth, it barely exists. On the moon, there are 1 million tons of it. But helium-3 can do something no energy source on Earth can do cleanly. It fuels nuclear fusion without the radioactive waste. 1 kilogram is worth $3 million. 25 tons, a single truckload, could power the entire United States for a year. That calculation comes from Harrison Schmitt, the last human to walk on the moon, an Apollo 17 astronaut who saw lunar soil up close and understood what was hiding in it. But helium-3 is just the beginning. In the permanently shadowed craters near the moon's south pole, there's water ice. 6 trillion kilograms of it. Split that water into hydrogen and oxygen, and you have rocket fuel. Manufactured on the moon itself. No more launching fuel from Earth at $20,000 per kilogram. The moon becomes a gas station for every mission to Mars, to Jupiter, to everywhere. And then there are the rare earth minerals. Neodymium, europium, ilmenite. Materials inside every phone, every electric car, every missile guidance system on Earth. Right now, China controls 80% of the world's rare earth supply. The moon could change that equation overnight. Let's talk numbers. The global space economy right now, $570 billion. By 2035, Morgan Stanley projects it will hit $1.8 trillion. The lunar economy alone, $170 billion by 2040. And space mining, $1.5 trillion by 2050. These aren't science fiction numbers. These are investment bank projections. And the money is already moving. In Seattle, a startup called Interloon has raised $18 million to mine helium-3 from lunar soil. They've already built a full-scale excavator prototype with Vermeer, a company that's been digging on Earth for 75 years. Their plan: send a mapping camera to the moon this July. Pinpoint the richest helium-3 deposits. Then send the miners. Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' space company, just announced Oasis 1. A pair of low-flying satellites that will orbit the moon's south pole at just 10 kilometers altitude. Mapping water ice, helium-3, rare earths, precious metals. The most detailed resource scan of the moon ever attempted. And they're doing it with Luxembourg, a country that rewrote its national laws to become the first European nation to legalize space mining. This isn't exploration anymore. This is prospecting. Here's where the story gets dangerous. The United States and China are both heading to the moon's south pole. Both want to build permanent bases. Both want the water ice. Both want the helium-3. And they cannot agree on who has the right to take it. The United States built the Artemis Accords, a set of agreements that say, if you mine it, you own it. 61 nations have signed. But the two countries that haven't are China and Russia. They call the accords illegal. They say the moon's resources belong to all of humanity, not to whoever lands first. And they're building their own base to prove it. The International Lunar Research Station. China and Russia together on the South Pole. Chang'e 7 launches this year, landing at Shackleton Crater to survey for water ice. The same crater NASA is targeting for Artemis. 2 flags, 1 crater, no rules. Because here's the legal void nobody talks about. The 1967 Outer Space Treaty says no nation can own the moon. But it says nothing about mining it. That gap between sovereignty and extraction is the most valuable loophole in human history. And right now, it's a race to exploit it before anyone writes new rules. NASA just got $20 billion to build a moon base fast. Not because the science demands it. Because China is coming. The Artemis 2 crew flew around the moon 2 days ago. They broke the record for the farthest humans have ever traveled from Earth. And on Friday, they splashed down off San Diego. That mission wasn't about science. It was a message. We're back, we're first, and we're not leaving. But this race isn't just between governments. It's between corporations. SpaceX, Blue Origin, Interloon, Astrobotic, iSpace. Private companies are building the infrastructure to mine the moon, and they're doing it faster than any government. Interloon's excavator can process 100 metric tons of lunar soil per hour. They've already signed contracts with the US Air Force, the Department of Energy, and quantum computing companies. Because helium-3 isn't just for fusion power. It's the key to cooling quantum computers, machines that could break every encryption system on Earth. The Department of Defense knows this. That's why AFWRX, the Air Force's innovation arm, gave Interloon $1.25 million. Not for energy, for national security. The moon isn't just an economic prize. It's a military one. And the Artemis Accords aren't just a science treaty. They're a geopolitical alliance, 61 nations agreeing to follow American rules in space. The nations that signed get access to NASA's lunar infrastructure. The ones that didn't, China, Russia, are building their own. 2 systems, 2 alliances, 1 moon. This is the Cold War, but for resources that don't exist on Earth. Within the next 5 years, humans will walk on the moon again. And this time, they won't just leave footprints. They'll build habitats, power plants, landing pads. They'll split water ice into oxygen for breathing and hydrogen for fuel. They'll heat lunar soil to extract helium-3 and ship it back to Earth. Not in decades. The hardware is being built now. The contracts are signed. The cameras launch this summer. And the nation that controls the moon's south pole will control the supply line to Mars. Because you can't get to Mars without refueling. And the cheapest gas station in the solar system is the moon. Whoever builds it owns the road to the rest of the solar system. We went to the moon in 1969 because a president made a promise. We're going back because the moon made a promise to us. 1 million tons of clean energy, 6 trillion kilograms of rocket fuel, minerals that could reshape the global economy. The question isn't whether we'll mine the moon. That decision has already been made. The question is who writes the rules. And this time, we're not just visiting.